EveryDollar is a budgeting app that we are huge fans of. We have a lot of clients who use it, and some of our team members even use it in their own personal budget. That said, there is some nuance, and there are two ways you can access EveryDollar. There's a free version, and then there's EveryDollar Premium. Today, we're going to outline the differences between these two to see if the premium version really is worth the extra cost. How's it going, everyone? Craig here. I'm the owner of Daisy Financial Coaching, where we love helping people break the check-to-check cycle so they can finally find some peace of mind when it comes to their money. Now, if you've been looking into EveryDollar for your budget, or maybe you've been using the free version for a while and are just starting to wonder, is the premium version really worth the added cost? Well, we're going to break that down for you today. Now, the free version you can sign up for anytime you want and jump in and start using. And we're going to outline some of the features you get just from that basic one. But for the added cost of, as of right now, $79.99 a year, you can get the EveryDollar Premium, where they're going to give you some added features, some extra connectivity, and maybe some things that will really help you along the way in your budget. Now, we've heard conflicting points of views on this of it's not worth the extra cost versus, oh my gosh, we couldn't do this without the premium side. So I'm going to walk you through it so that you can really see for yourself which version is the best for you. Now, EveryDollar free, is going to really just have the core budget. We do have a complete walkthrough. So if you're brand new and don't know how this budget works, we're not going to walk through that really today. I recommend going to that video. We'll put it in the description below. That's going to give you a complete tutorial on setting up EveryDollar for your budget. But the free version really is just the basic budget. It's not going to connect to your bank. It's not going to have any added features. It's just we can plug in our income, we can plug in our expenses, and then we can manually on our phone or on the computer track as we're spending. So what that could look like is, let's just say, without scrolling down, let's just say you have groceries here. I'm putting it in savings, I know. Let's say you budgeted $1,000. While you're out and going out on your phone, you could sit here and you can say, okay, we just spent $300 at the grocery store. So I'm going to add a transaction of $300 and we're going to track it. And you'll see now it's going to tell us we have $700 left. So we started with 1,000, we spent 300, we have 700 left. This is really the beauty of the app, is you can track and get really granular with everything you're spending on just the free version. In fact, me personally, we use the free version exclusively for years. We're now using the premium version, but we got by on just the free one for a long time, and we're really happy with it, and it worked really well for us. Now, in the free version, you'll see over here on the left, a lot of these icons that have this little green star next to it. That is just letting you know that these are features you can access if you upgrade to the premium version. You'll also see things like the transfer feature, and we'll kind of walk through a little bit of these here on the video as we dig into the premium side. But ultimately, that's really it on the free. It's just the basic budget of entering your income, entering your expenses, and tracking your expenses as you go. If you're looking for an alternative to just a paper and pencil budget, this is a great option, is going into that free version. Now, for the added cost of, like I said, $79.99, let me switch over to the premium version so we can get a look at that. This is what the premium version budget is going to look like. So you'll see you have full access to everything over here on the left, and the added benefits are a lot of bells and whistles, but the main reason most people upgrade to EveryDollar Premium is for the bank connectivity. That's why we utilize EveryDollar Premium. I really honestly don't use a lot of this stuff over here on the left. Sometimes when I'm working with a client, we'll use Insights, which I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But really, the main draw is that bank connectivity, meaning when you spend, EveryDollar is going to pull transactions from your bank. They're going to pop up, and you can either drag and drop, or it'll even learn your behavior so that it will give you a suggestion, and you can just click a button and it's automatically going to dump it into a category. So if you're going to Walmart and you're always putting that into groceries, when it populates, it's going to give you a suggestion of groceries, and you can just click a button and it's going to drop it in there. So it makes it easier. Now, it's not like Mint, when Mint was around, where it would automatically drop them into the category it thinks. You still have to engage with your budget a little bit. You still have to log in and move transactions into their categories. So I do personally, as a finance coach, I kind of like that it's making you pay attention. When we would have clients working with things like Mint, they would get to the end of the month and see, oh, here's how we did. Oops, we overspent in these categories. All right, we'll try and do better next month. It was almost too late. Whereas forcing you to engage is going to help you catch overspending before it's too late. So I am a fan of that side. Now, with the bank connectivity, one of the biggest concerns is, will my bank work? Will it actually connect? Or are we going to have issues? Because if you go on and do a Google search, if you look on Reddit, if you look in our Facebook group, you'll see people saying that the bank doesn't connect well. And as the years have gone by, this has gotten incredibly better. They've worked better with more and more banks, but it's not a perfect science. So they do offer a free 14-day trial. So I would say if you're wanting that bank connectivity, try it for 14 days and see if it works. And if not, then go back to the free version. Otherwise, you might look into other softwares like YNAB. To me, YNAB is a far, far superior program and more bang for your buck. The only downside of YNAB is it's just a steeper learning curve. So if you're finding EveryDollar overwhelming already, I would not recommend going to YNAB. But if you're looking for more and you're looking for just more control over what you can do and more insights and more everything, YNAB is probably a better option than what EveryDollar will give you. So that's the bank connectivity piece. Again, that's the main draw. Now, the other features over here are things you can access. So the first one I'll go ahead and point out is transfer. You get the transfer button. So if you click that, you can move money from one budget item to a different one. So we could say we want to move $100 over. So it's just going to move $100 from the mortgage rent over to your vacation fund. I don't utilize that feature a whole lot. You might find value out of it. I'm sure there's some people who use it a lot. I personally don't, but that is a feature you get in EveryDollar Premium. The other one, which is a big one, if you get paid bi-weekly, if you get paid an irregular income, if you're finding that you're running into issues with too many bills falling in certain parts of the month, Paycheck Planning is actually a pretty good value add. This is a way to plan each paycheck. So if you get paid November 1st, you can see you're going to go through and you can actually put due dates. I don't have them on here. They're all kind of lumped in together, but you can say, here's the dates that these bills are going to come out of our bank account, and you can plan out your paycheck. So paycheck 1 comes on the 1st. Technically paycheck 2 might come out on the 2nd, and it's going to give you a view of how much money do you have? Are you going to run out of money? You can see this kind of going down. This is a mock account, so it's not going to be as realistic as if this was a real budget, but you kind of get a glimpse into how that works. We have a video on how paycheck planning works. Again, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritties of each feature today, but in the description, I will link to our video tutorials. If you're seeing paycheck planning looks awesome, I'm curious about how that works, jump into our description, find the video, and you can go watch where we'll actually break it down and it'll look a little bit better than what this looks like. All right, the next one is goals. You can set goals for yourself. You can come through here, plug in what are you trying to do. Maybe you're saving for a down payment on a home. What's your goal amount? Maybe it's $20,000. When do you want to have that done? Let's say by this date, and let's say you're starting with 0. It's going to actually tell you how much you need to be saving per month in order to hit that goal. We're going to add it, and now we have this goal set up and prepped. This is just a good way to organize it. Again, it's really about what you're hoping to utilize. If you're thinking this is great, I want to use it, that's a good value add. You may not find value out of it. The roadmap is, honestly, if you're subscribing to the Dave Ramsey plan, that's what this is. If you're not a Dave Ramsey fan, you're not going to really get a whole lot of value out of the roadmap. This is truly a baby steps portion of the app where you can look at the baby steps that Dave teaches and see, does this align? You know, with our clients, not all of them are using the baby steps. In fact, the majority aren't, because we are firm believers and every person's financial journey is different, and let's pinpoint your path to success. But if you are following the Dave Ramsey plan, this would be probably a great feature to use. Again, any videos we have on these will be in the description if you want to learn more about how to utilize the financial roadmap. But it's just a way to plan out how to hit this target of what your net worth is going to be and kind of look ahead. When are you going to become a millionaire? And then also track your progress and paying off debt and getting your emergency fund and all of those amazing things. All right, Insights is probably my favorite feature in the premium outside of the bank connectivity. And this is just where you can go back and you can see your spending habits. What have you been doing? How have you been doing? Again, since this is a mock budget, we don't have a lot of data in here, but you'll get to see over the last year, how have you done on average in a certain category. So for example, maybe we come down here to spending. We're going to do bills. Let's just say, how has my electric bill looked on average over, man, wouldn't $8 a month be great? But it's going to look over the past year and tell you how have you been doing, or year to date. You can change it past 12 months. You can give it a certain time frame window. You can see how you did in 2023. You can really go back and look. And this is great if you're trying to curb your spending on maybe restaurants. Do a look at your insights. How have we done on restaurants? If you find that you're not budgeting enough for gas every month, maybe go back and look. How much have we been spending on gas? And are we even close to that, or do we need to up that number? Insights give you some great detail. This is kind of that Mint I was talking about, mint.com, how it would tell you how you did when the month is over. This is a great way to go and look backward on how you're doing with everything. All right. Otherwise, you have, this baby steps section. Again, this is more Dave Ramsey feature. So if you're not following Dave's plan, this may not have a lot of value to you. And then we have talk to a coach. So through EveryDollar Premium, you get access to, I believe, group coaching with Ramsey coaches. You can do, it's just a free group coaching call every month. Now they do have Ramsey Plus, which is their access to their courses and everything. And it includes EveryDollar Premium. I believe at this time it's $129.99 a year. So about $130 a year. If you're wanting that support of, Financial Peace University classes, and through that you can get those group coaching calls, but you actually, I think, get a free coaching call with a Ramsey preferred coach. Now, as a former Ramsey preferred coach, I just want to say those are free coaching calls, but I think the expectation with those coaches is they're trying to not only help you, but they're hoping to turn you into a client. I mean, it's a business for them as well. They're trying to serve people. If you're not going to get value out of coaching, they're probably not going to try and sell it to you. But just know going into it, that's kind of their hope and their reason for doing those coaching calls is we're going to give back. We're going to do this for free. We're going to give our time to serve you. But also, we're hoping that you'll see the value of coaching and work with us. I'm obviously a believer in coaching. That's what we do. So I don't think this is a bad thing. But I do think before you sign up for those free calls, just knowing ahead of time that that's kind of what it's there for, at least for that coach, why they're volunteering their time. Just knowing that ahead of time might be a little bit helpful as you look through that lens. All right. That is really the added benefits of EveryDollar. So EveryDollar Premium's really, to me, the bank connectivity is going to be your main thing. So if you're trying to connect to the bank, if you're wanting to have that feature, EveryDollar Premium is probably going to be worth the money. I find that it's worth the $80 a year that we can just have those transactions populate. One last caveat to the bank transactions is it can take a day or two for it to actually hit your budget. So if you are wanting real-time tracking, the bank connectivity may not be what you're hoping for. So if we spend $10 on Amazon today, it won't probably show up for another 2 to 3 days in EveryDollar. And that's just because EveryDollar pulls transactions as they clear the bank. So depending on your bank and how quickly transactions go from pending to cleared, that's how the time frame you can expect things to populate in EveryDollar. All right, there you go. That is our breakdown between the free version and the premium version. What are your thoughts? Are you using the free version and loving it? Do you feel like the premium version is worth the money, or is it just more bells and whistles that you don't really need and the free is probably the right way to go? Let me know in the comments where you fall on the spectrum. There's no right or wrong answer. That's the beauty of budgeting. If you need help with budgeting, if you need help inside of EveryDollar, we have a free Facebook group. We'll put a link in the description. Come join. It's a really supportive community of people who are there to help you answer any questions you have when it comes to EveryDollar specific things. If you need help on your personal finance journey, that's what we do. That's where we come into play. While we're no longer doing calls on EveryDollar specific questions, we are here to help if you are trying to get a leg up in your budgeting journey, in your personal finance journey. If you're sick and tired of spinning your wheels, being stuck in that check-to-check cycle, book a free call with one of our coaches. We'll put a link in the description below for that as well. We would love to meet you. We would love to help you. Much like the caveat I gave you with the EveryDollar coaching session, it's our gift to you, but we also hope that you will see some value in it and take an opportunity to learn more about what we do and how we can serve you long-term. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you in the next video.